What's the haps? I'm John, aka Meroka, and welcome to Spiel. Let's do a question. Ready? Wow says, why Hallow Wolver? Which was what I was wearing last week. It's because it is always my Halloween thing. I've been wearing it for like the last 3 years. I like the Wolver thing and it's the Halloween colours. But yeah, that's it. No real reason. Tell you what, let's put a different costume on. I want to put a different costume on. I'm going to wear the hat that I should have worn like 2 years ago. That's what I want to do. That one. It's not bound to me. I'm going to put it on. Yes. Do it. Yes. Pirate's hat. That's going to be my pirate armor. Yes. Cool. Great. Now I look like a pirate. A fiery pirate. Brilliant. Good. I don't know. It's episode 150. I wanted to do something different, you know. I thought I'd put on the hat that I'm never going to sell. And I'm not terribly inclined to sell. So I figure I should probably wear the bloody thing. So that's my justification for that one. It's like, I always hung on to it in the hopes that I might one day sell it for a lot of money. And I'm not going to do that. I do not have the market wherewithal to actually get a good price for it. I'm most likely just going to get myself ripped off. And hey, it's a pirate hat. It's kind of a hat that I should be wearing in my life. It's a hat that I should have really replaced the Rose Regalia whenever that promo went out. Years ago now at this point? No. I did things wrong. I goofed. I have goofed for a long time. Never mind. Whoopsie. Hey, I did want the golden laurel on it though. But I already used my golden laurel on the tricorn, so I also goofed, and I also waited far too long to buy it. Hey, oh well. Never mind. So yeah, welcome to Spiel, doing things in completely the wrong order, but hey, it's episode 150, and that's what things like that are about. Yes. So let's actually resume the course of progress with firstly telling you where we are in the Dark Sun Gate, which I found a nice contrast to the fact that we did the Golden Sun Gate last time, so it's also like the sequel, you know, Golden Sun, Dark Dawn, it's a Dark Sun, see how that works? This is a freeze gate. Could you tell it's a freeze gate? Yeah, so there we go, that's where we're at, in case anybody really cares about those things. I don't know why I tell you these things, I just assume that maybe someone in the world cares. I could be assuming completely wrong, I probably am, but I tell you anyway, just in case. Let's do the Spiral Knights news. Oh, jingle. Spiral Knights news. Yeah, that's how that works, yes. I've thrown myself off in a complete tangent by doing things out of order, so I forgot the jingles. Yeah, news is that, well, Halloween has ended. The Dark Harvest, in fact, is what it is in this. Yeah, that's over. Ouch. Block damage, dang it. And there was some sort of weird mystery patch that went into the game when I logged in today, and I don't know whether that's like a patch that just removed Halloween from the game or what, because there were no patch notes, there were no announcements on the forums, and actually I can't even see any posts from anybody else saying, what the heck is this? No other player has gone, huh? Why is there a patch? Maybe I'm the only person who got the patch. I don't know why that would be the case, but maybe I am. Could be, could be. I could be special, possibly. And yes, I said that in that way for a very good reason. I am probably pretty special, yes. Yay for being special. Yeah. Don't know what that news is about. There is news. There is a patch. I don't know what the patch is, so I don't know what the news is. Can't tell you. Sorry. Out of luck. Nothing on the wiki, although the wiki hasn't been updated with patch notes in a very long time, which is indicative of the state of affairs of the game. There are no announcements on the forums, which at the very least there usually is. And yeah, nobody else even seems to have noticed, so hey. Beats me. Let's do questions. You guys actually, I asked you for questions, you guys furnished me with questions, so thank you very much for that. I have answered one already. We answered one right off the bat, just as some manner of excuse for wearing a hat that I have long wished to put upon my person. So I finally had the long-standing excuse that these words make no sense. I have had a long overdue excuse for wearing it. So thank you for that. Let's do some things. Alivi says, what are your opinions on Google and on how Google and YouTube are run? Do you like the system? I probably like Google more than most. I know a lot of people like, oh, you can't trust them. They've got a monopoly on your life pretty much because they run all the things that you rely on. I mean, a lot of people, myself included, use Google Docs and stuff. The services tied in with Docs, Google Drive services, for a lot of stuff in place of stuff like your Microsoft Office as well. Of course, they have I think they have the majority share in browsers. I think most people use Chrome. I certainly use Chrome, so yes, part of that ecosystem as well. Yes, I do the YouTubes quite heavily, surprisingly enough. This may come as a shock to you all. So yes, I'm kind of tied into that ecosystem. Were I to do this full time, my entire income would be reliant on them for the most part, in a strange sort of way. Yeah, I'm pretty heavily tied into YouTube, but I don't really object to how they do things. I wish they wouldn't mess with things that aren't broken quite so much. YouTube has they screw with things that are perfectly fine a lot of the time, and it's like, can you guys just leave it alone for 5 minutes? It was okay, and now it's not. Google Red, for all the fracas about it, most people do seem to be saying, even the small guys seem to be saying, does appear to be a minor boost to income. When on the small scale, we are still literally talking pennies, but it's most people are sort of saying you got up to somewhere in the region of 10% more pennies than they were getting pre-YouTube Red. So that's potentially a benefit, I guess. On the bigger scale, that means PewDiePie's now earning 7.7 million a year, potentially, or something. Yeah. Who knows? Who knows? I will note that I myself, looking at the analytics, I think I've seen, assuming I'm reading them right, I guess I've earned 10 cents from YouTube Red so far, so yeah, making it rain over here. Making it drizzle, making it slightly damp. Well, that's better than not having 10 cents, I suppose. That's always a good thing. Yeah, I'll take it over the alternative, which is to get kicked in the teeth by YouTube. So yeah, I don't hate them. I know a lot of people like, oh no, you can't. No, they're too big. They're terrifyingly big. And it's like, Facebook is terrifyingly big and has a track record of doing shady, skeevy stuff with lots of breach of privacy and stuff. And I don't know, Google. Yeah, they got a lot going. They got a lot going on, but at the same time, they've never really quite seemed quite as evil as a company like Facebook. Facebook generally comes across as generally being people you don't want to do business with unless you're like an investor. If you're investing in it, if you've got a few million to invest in shares in Facebook, yeah, you might be doing business with them in that sense. Otherwise, can I open this? Am I allowed to open this? Yeah, I am. Good. Good things. Paladin. Oh, it's going to change my costume. Boo on the costume. I need my costume back. I have to do this every time because none of my loadouts have this. Dang it. Okay, cool. Back to being fire pirates. I could put the white one on and be a good pirate. This is of course from the DLC pack, which I did buy when it was on nice and cheap, and they did put it on sale over Halloween. I suppose that was part of the Steam Halloween sale, I guess, which has now ended. So it's kind of, if that is Spiral Knights news, that is old news. It was once again 50% off, which was not the lowest it's ever been. I will say this every time, I'll tell you this. It was 50% off. When I bought mine, it was 75% off. It has never been 75% off since I bought it. It doesn't seem like they're inclined to ever run it at that discount level ever again. So I think 50% off is the most you're ever going to see on the Guardian's armor pack. It's a cool armor pack. You get a lot of cool goodies in it, as well as some nice costumes. 50% off is a good price. It's just not the great price that 75% off was. 75% off was an insane price, and I was happy to pick it up at that price. Yeah, where were we at? Google. I'm okay with Google. I'm happy to buy into Google's ecosystems. They seem to do things well. They don't seem to do things evil. Their corporate motto is do no evil, for crying out loud. They generally seem to be pretty stand-up guys. They treat their employees well, which is more than can be said for Amazon. And I imagine probably quite a lot of other major corporations. Oh, hello, you came out of nowhere. I didn't see you arrive. I will have to slice you through the walls. I can't slice you through the walls. That's not going to work. Come out of the walls. Yes, there we go. Alrighty then. What else we got? I got a lot of questions, so I probably should not dwell on things over and over again like I tend to do. Johnny Smith Gaming, who has a fantastic Crypt of the Necrodancer avatar says, please talk about roguelikes. He says he loves them. This was perhaps obvious from the Crypt of the Necrodancer avatar. I do enjoy a good roguelike. The problem is it's tricky these days finding the good roguelikes. There are quite a lot of bad ones as well. Go back a couple years when it was sort of just kind of becoming popularized. There were a lot of very solid ones, a lot of things that came out were decent. And it's one of those genres, like, you know, the dreaded indie platformer. It's a genre that is now starting to become pretty oversaturated, and there are a lot of bad examples of the genre that seem to pop up quite frequently these days. So, yeah, if you're in the business of critique, as certain parties around here kind of are, there's a bit of dredging to be done to find them. Of course, you could just sort of, if you're not in the business of critique and you don't have to dredge for them, just wait until you hear about a good one, like Crypt of the Necrodancer, which is an excellent one, and I will heartily recommend that one till the end of my days. Yeah, that's a great game. Go play that thing. Yeah, I very much dig a good roguelike. It's just a matter of finding them these days. T-Rex, who has also has a fantastic avatar, which is a T-Rex drinking tea. Get it? I guess it's a T-Rex. Yeah. Like, do you think dinosaurs will come back? What do you think they will look like? I obviously already know, he says. Yeah. Well, I don't know whether they would drink tea, but some people would regard dinosaurs as already being around, insofar as a lot of birds, if not all birds, I suppose, in a certain kind of way, probably, all in one way or another, a descendants of dinosaurs. They share a lot of the sort of skeletal traits and shapes and bodily structures. And yeah, if you just sort of trace genetics and things back, it's like, oh yeah, this chicken, it used to be a T-Rex. It's kind of a bit smaller these days, but nonetheless, still there. We still have dinosaurs. They're just more feathered and more flying and less willing to eat you for dinner. Unless it's an eagle, in which case, yeah, the eagle totally would. Yeah. I played Far Cry 4. I know what eagles do. Screw those guys. I have missed a branch, so I'm going to retreat and explore the other branches in order to prolong this episode of 150ness. Because, hey, I got questions, they need answering. Oh, hello, you want a Barney? I'll give you one. Oh, you're not dead? Hey, now you're dead. Yes. Ooh, that stacks with my thing. I will grab that thing, and then we'll move on. What else we got? Dinosaurs. Oh, yeah, I presume you're sort of thinking, will they come back in the traditional sense? We want to answer that question. No, not without some Jurassic Park kind of shenanigans. It's kind of... That's you know, not how evolution works, I don't think. It would take a very weird and specific and perhaps kind of directed set of circumstances, through random chance alone, getting dinosaurs, as we traditionally know the dinosaur, to come back. I don't think it's going to happen through random chance. You would either have to do, like, millions of years, well, maybe not millions, I don't know. Selective breeding can be fast, so if we did selective breeding, you could kind of force changes faster than through millions of years, but, you know, I'm sort of thinking, what's the closest we've got? Well, birds. Okay, so what, through selective breeding of birds, could we sort of reverse the path they took to get to birds and get dinosaurs back? I don't. Well, birds aren't even lizards, so I don't even know how that would work. But you get the most lizard-like bird you could find, and then breed it with the biggest bird you can find, the ostrich, I guess, and then you get a sort of half ostrich, half lizard bird, and you go from there. Is it clear I know nothing about, you know, selective breeding and genetic modifications and stuff? I suppose with that in mind, genetic modification could kind of be a thing, I suppose. You could splice some lizard DNA into a bird or something. Possibly. So, we're talking somewhere in the time frame of thousands to tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of years, just to spread that figure quite broadly, with a healthy dose of cyberpunk augmentation and genetic splicing. mixed with Jurassic Park DNA tinkering, which I suppose is the same kind of thing. Yeah, I guess you could kind of brute force evolution in that regard, but naturally, no, it doesn't seem likely to me. But if they do come back, I can guarantee they will drink tea, because tea is delicious. What else do we have? We have a whole bunch more questions. I feel like I thought I had loads of questions, and now I'm burning through them at a rate of knots. A name that has a accent in it, which means I am going to by default pronounce it wrong. So Ines Ozen, O with an umlaut, Z-E-N. I don't know how you pronounce that name. In any way, shape, or form, so I will just leave it as I pronounced it, which was undoubtedly incorrect. Who says, "You are such a good YouTuber, you deserve many more subs." Well, thank you for saying that, I appreciate that. There are 6 questions, but they are numbered up to 7. Why is question 2 is missing from your list? I copy-pasted it straight from the comments, so I don't know why question 2 is missing from that list. Are you trying to deceive me? I think you are. Okay, well, question the first. Question the first requires me to light a torch before I answer any questions. Oh god, I'm frozen. Oh god, I'm going to die. 2 big, shadowy, nasty things. Let's get that up. And then we'll deal with cats. Okay, question the first. Why are you so awesome and entertaining? Oh, I see. Question 2 is on the same line. Ah, your formatting is poor, or my copy-pasting of the formatting was poor. One of the two. Could be either or. Not sure which. Why are you so awesome and entertaining? I don't know. I don't generally think of myself as being that. I'm just a guy who bought a moderately priced microphone and has a good enough computer to be able to capture footage of video games, and rather liked the concept of doing the same thing everybody else was already doing on YouTube, which was playing the video games and talking about them at the same time, because it seemed like a fun hobby to have, and it seemed to, you know, work with my passions of, you know, video games. I'm going to eat a pill before I die here. It worked with my passion of video games, and it's kind of grown into whatever the heck I'm doing today, which is generally seems to be fairly well regarded. So, yeah. A big part of trying to do it was I had seen other people who had, I would have said, similar kind of personalities to myself, Kurt J. Mack being, you know, the specific, get into it to try and become less introverted, I guess, sort of IRL, sort of quite a shy, retiring person who didn't engage with other human beings and stuff much, and like, well, maybe if I get into this hobby, which involves talking at a microphone for extended periods of time, I could become more confident about my talking to people for extended periods of time. I don't know whether that's true, I don't know whether that's worked, that probably hasn't worked to any great extent. Wait, hang on, how I get... I need the ball again. I did not do this in the correct order. Either way, I seem to have gotten better at the talking at the microphone thing, even if I've not got better at the talking to the people's thing. The talking to the people's thing definitely needs a little bit more work. Oh god! Why? The corpse stopped me! The corpse was blocking my path. It's a ghost, I should be able to walk through it. Good lord, man. They're supposed to be ethereal and stuff. That's not how... Oh. Speaking of ethereal and going through stuff, yeah, he can go through a wall though, can't he? Hang on. Lights! Aziz, lights! Question 2. What are your top 10 favourite games and why? 10? I gotta pick 10? Oh, lord. And, okay, I can easily pick 10, but picking the right 10 is going to be very difficult. Let's go with some of my top favourite games from recent years. We've got Always Sometimes Monsters is definitely in there. I'm not going to put these in any order. You can't make me put these in an order. It won't work if I'm forced to make things in an order. Always Sometimes Monsters is definitely in there. That was an insanely great narrative thing. That was a beautiful game. Play that. To the Moon. Same reasons. Beautiful piece of narrative. Play it. It will change your life. Unreal Tournament, I sunk far too much of my life into Unreal Tournament. Unreal Tournament was and is an excellent first-person shooter. You want some mindless shooty fun. Yeah, that game still stands up to the test of time for me. It is an old school thing. I guess modern audiences probably wouldn't appreciate it as much, but if you're an old fogey like me, those things are excellent. And Unreal Tournament was, for me, always one of the best. And I will maintain that till my dying breath, frankly. Banjo-Kazooie is an all-time favourite of mine that I have always loved. I feel like I've missed a thing, haven't I? There was a branch somewhere that I missed. There was a key, in fact. Oh no, is the key connected? No, the key is somewhere else. The key is misleading. The key is not where it purports to be. Yeah, so Banjo-Kazooie is definitely on my list. I'm gonna take a pill while I'm gonna get eaten here. Let's get out of here. Let's go. Move, 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 move. Move. Scramble. Get out. Go. Hurry. Leg it. Oh, so many treasures to grab and snag before I get eaten. Oh, let's do a lap. Do a lap. Do a lap. Come around, cat. Come around. Come over here. And, oh, you expired for no obvious reason? Sure. Okay, I got 4 games there. Oh, Lord. What else could I say? I don't know. I'm trying to think of games that are like the epitome of phenomenally awesome things. Hard to say whether I put in my top 10. Chroma Squad, I'm almost certain is going to be my game of the year for this year. So I think I'd be quite happy to put that on there. Chroma Squad was just incredible. Yeah, turn-based tactics Power Rangers, hello, yes please. It was hilarious, it was extremely well executed, and it was a very competent and amazing little game. Yep, that's on there. What else have we got? I don't know. There's so many great games that I've played over the years. I kind of feel like I would want to put an MMO on there somewhere, but I don't know. I don't know, MMOs just feel like one of those things that I play. I don't know if it's one of those games that was the greatest game of all time. I mean, I sank a lot of my life into World of Warcraft, but I don't necessarily think that means I would put World of Warcraft in my top 10 games. I don't. It was oh, I don't know. Dang. I thought I still had my gun on me. Totally don't. Totally don't have a gun. Well, that's my failings. Oh, big cat, hello. You go away now. I'm going to really struggle to give you 10 here, I feel. It's not that I can't think of 10 games. It's not like I play so little games that I can't think of 10. I can totally give you 10 games, but it's just picking 10 that I would confidently and assertively tell you are the 10 of the best. That's a much harder proposition for me. I don't know. Really difficult to say that one. Ow! What else have we got? I think I'm gonna give up on that one. Look, I found 5, arguably 6 games on there, so you can have those. I think that's as good as you're gonna get right now. I'll put Fishing Planet on there. Lols. Maybe not. I don't know, I sunk a lot of time into Fishing Planet for a bloody fishing game. Question 3, are you a professor? You are so smart. No, I read a lot of articles, and no, I'm definitely not a professor. I like learning things. I like to know stuff about stuff. It's not really helpful in life particularly. It's kind of, I've wound up in a position where I'm just kind of a jack of all trades, master of none, which is like, I know a little bit about a lot of stuff, and nothing particularly practical that will help me in any kind of useful situation. I don't know enough about any particular profession to be a particularly skilled person at anything, but I know a lot of random crap about stuff, and I read a lot of articles on the internet. I spend far too much time on Reddit. The good parts of Reddit where you get articles, and not the parts of Reddit that are just cat pictures. Not that I have anything against cat pictures, but there is a subreddit called True Reddit, which was founded a long time ago to bring back what Reddit originally was, like 10 years ago, which was genuinely fairly insightful articles and stuff. And yeah, there's often some quite good reads in there, so I know a lot of bits and pieces quite often from reading stuff on there. I like reading interesting things about stuff that is going on in the world. Just generally sort of well read, I think. It's perhaps the best way to describe me, I think. What else is there? There is loot to be had down here that doesn't require me to be carrying a key, so let us claim these. I should be using my faster sword to break these. I'm also going to shout that because I should also be shield cancelling, but I've never been one for shield cancelling. I don't tend to think about what I'm doing, even though it would help me immensely. I don't think it works too well when you've got shield on the mouse as well, actually. That's not great. Let's stop, heal up, grab a pill, carry on. Onwards, into the clockworks. Put the key down, stop, carry on. Oh, these levels are slow going. They're not. These levels are a big roadblock if you're trying to speedrun anything, I think. Question 4. If you could add 10 things to Spiral Knights, what would it be? More levels, more battle sprites, raids, daily rewards, proper daily rewards. Christ, I should know this. I wrote a video about things that the game needed. I did that whole video that was like, here's all the things that are wrong with the game and how they could fix them. Go watch that. There's again the whole shopping list of 10 things that you want. Yeah, I'm not good at the whole shopping list of 10 things. I don't do top 10 videos. Can I hit the candle? Yes, I can. So, there's a bunch of stuff that Spiral Knights needs. Yes, stuff to bring people back daily. Just more stuff in the game generally. Raids, definitely. I'm a big lover of raid content. I'd kill to see some proper raids in Spiral Knights. That'd be fantastic. And yeah, I don't really need to light that because we are at the end of the floor. Huzzahs! Onwards. And whatever the other thing I said was. Daily rewards, yeah, look, everybody's doing it, and everybody's trying to outdo each other with it. Sky Saga just added, like, a whole bunch of, like, 30 of them. Wildstar's got 150 of them. Or was it 180 of them? I think it was 100... It was either 150 or 180 ascending daily rewards to encourage you to log back in for, like, 6 months straight. So, that's a thing. And, yeah, the whole... Come back in and you can get some points to make your number go bigger, but the number really doesn't do anything. That's not the incentive we need. Question the 5th. What got you into gaming? My dad, actually, when I was a kid, during the Mega Drive era. What level are we in? Let me just check which level we're in first. What level were we in? That is a Mechanized Mile, and I am wearing the wrong gear for a Mechanized Mile. Actually, my gear would probably fairly suffice in a Mechanized Mile, but it's not optimal. Deconstructor is far more optimal. But it does take my costume off again, so we must change again. Yeah, when I was really young, yeah, my dad was like, hey, there's this video games console that is out, and all the kids are really into it. It's supposed to be the hot new things that kids like playing these days. You should buy one of those. Why don't you split the cost with your brother? And we did. And that was it was Sega Mega Drive. It was £70, which to us, I would have been like presumably 6 or 7. From there, that presumably means my brother must have been like 4 or 5. I don't know how much say he had in that, but yeah, that was £35 a piece. And that was, like, insane amounts of money to us. But we split the cost and we invested. And we bought this video games console. And I imagine my parents probably wish they hadn't done that now. So, yeah, it was just like, hey, kids are supposed to be... These things are supposed to be great for kids. Kids love playing them. It's a hot new thing that everyone's buying. Why don't you buy one? So we did, on my dad's advice. And... If my dad said like anything like that now, I wouldn't listen to him. I'd be like, what are you talking about? What? If he's like, hey, this looks really fun, you should play it, I'd be like, and I'm just going to buy this on your say-so? I would at least do some research into what the heck he was actually talking about. I feel like we were pretty certain we just bought that just because he said we kind of should. It was really weird, thinking about it, but... nonetheless, that is pretty much how that went down. Yeah, I feel like I missed another path again, actually. The path forked another way, didn't it? Or actually, we can see the exit on the mini-map, which makes me think, actually, we have taken the fork, and the other way is just the way out. Ah! Maybe we have taken the correct route for once in our lives. Yes. So that's where it all began, and it came with Sonic the Hedgehog. So Sonic the Hedgehog was the first video game I ever played. It was excellent. That probably should be up there somewhere on that top 10, actually. Oh, I missed the fork, didn't I? Oh well. Never mind, I suppose. Yeah, that's where that began. Yep. And it was all downhill from there. I was never social again. That's actually worryingly not far from the truth. I deliver that in a kind of a deadpan kind of joke kind of way, but that's worryingly close to the truth. Question the 6th: if you could turn it into any video game character or anime character, what is your, once again, top 10? Oh Christ almighty, I'm not going to do top 10s for all these. I'll give you like my top 1. If I could turn into any video game character, like probably Master Chief. You can't kill that guy. Master Chief would be a pretty rad one to turn into. He's been through a lot of insane stuff and come out the other side just generally pretty awesome. So yeah, MC would be a good choice. There's the whole sort of traumatic childhood part, which is probably suboptimal, but hey. That's the bit that you only find out about if you read the books, frankly. I'm trying to think who else would be rad. He's like top of the list, I think. Yeah, Master Chief. And question the 7th: what is your favourite anime top 10? Anime? Do you know me? I don't really do anime to any great extent, like, at all. I mean, I like once in a while, in my past, I have read the mangas. I really don't do anime, no. I guess when I was younger, I watched Pokemon, which was an anime. That's kind of it. And I guess I've seen episodes of stuff, but no anime has ever really grabbed me. I started watching a little bit of Hyperdimension Neptunia because it was like, oh, it's all about video games consoles. And I was like, that's a cute concept. Oh, yeah, it's okay. I don't know, I've never watched more than 2 episodes of it, so clearly didn't grab me that much. No, anime, I couldn't give you a top 10. I haven't even watched 10 animes, so on that one I shall leave that there, I think. This rather does bring us to the end of not merely the episode, but Season 3 of Spiral Spiel. Do I dare speak to Basil as a finale? I do, oh. He has broken things before, so this is why I've gotten out of the habit of talking to him whilst recording videos, because for some reason he just breaks the video if I talk to him often. So, that would have been a good one. Let's end episode 150 by breaking my footage. Why would I do that? Oh, I'm not, at a casual glance, I'm not seeing anything exciting in there. Right, so where do we go from here? I would say leave me questions. I would say also don't necessarily expect an imminent response. Historically, between seasons, I haven't left any downtime at all. I've just gone straight from one season into the next. From season 1 to season 2, it was just like, here's an episode, here's episode 50, here's episode 51. Same season 2 to 3. This time I may take a wee breaksicle. See what I want to do with this thing, because goddamn, we've been doing this for 150 episodes. That's a lot of episodes, guys. In a weird kind of also Kurt J. Mack inspired kind of way, I've been rolling around in my mind the idea of doing like a Spiel-a-thon live stream kind of thing. It's like, hey, let's live stream for 6 hours and you guys ask me questions and I answer them, or something stupid like that. I don't think I have the stamina to do that, but it's an interesting idea. We'll see where we go with that. If I do that, I'll put up an announcement. Yeah, ask me questions, because I like this format, and no matter where things go on my channel, I'm going to want at least some kind of talking about stuff format series, because I like the talking about stuff things. But probably don't expect Spiral Spiel next week, I think, I think that's all I will leave on the matter for now, actually. I now have a pirate costume, and yar to that. So that's a cool thing to do for episode 150. I'm quite happy with that state of affairs. So, I think I've just talked for like 3 minutes straight on standing and staring at you stood next to Basil. I will leave that there. Thank you very much for sticking with me for 150 episodes and making this thing last for 150 episodes. That's insane and ridiculous, but I love it. And I love you guys for letting that happen. Thank you for allowing me to talk about awesome stuff for 150 weeks over the course of 3 years to date so far. Let's keep that happening. Let's keep that happening. Cool. So thank you very much for watching as well. Thank you for being a part. Thank you for being a part of things. Thank you for being here today. Do leave questions in the comments below. As I say, this is a format I will absolutely, until I cease doing YouTube, want to continue with. So questions are always appreciated. And I shall see you when I see you. Yeah!